Alright, what's up? It is Monday, April 6th. Just got done here with a lower body day. Started off the day with some leg curls, just with 5 pounds on these little plastic sliders. Paired those up with some tib work. This kind of looks ridiculous to do those laying down on the bench. But both of these things is like the two warm-up exercises here ahead of my squats. But both of these things I paired up, the ham curls and then these like lying tibs, because you get a little bit, warm up the front of your legs there a little bit to get some forward knee travel going for front squats. Doing them laying down also like stretches out your hip flexors and quads. So yeah, it looks ridiculous, but I'm really liking them lately. Next up, some weighted jumps. Easing my way back into this. Just finished up rehabbing an Achilles that I've been dealing with for, I don't know, the last number of months. So starting off adding some more kind of plyometric stuff back into my routine, but yeah, just kind of taking it, maybe like 70%. Not going full force into these jumps quite yet, just to ease back into it. My main squat movement of the day here was these SSB front squats, top set of 268 for 5, and then 2 down sets at 228. I feel like I am getting the hang of these a little bit more, kind of like wedging myself really under the bar there. They're feeling less awkward, still pretty awkward. It really gotta fight the thing to really wants to like collapse you forward, which for me is good because when I just do like normal SSB, I tend to like kind of give in and then kind of like uncurl my back as I'm coming on the way up. So this, you really can't do that or just fall off the front of your body. So yeah, really hard to fight that. The bar kind of wanted to collapse you down forward. So yeah, really tough, but I've been liking those so far. Paired that, or next up was, I have the SSB out, these Hatfield single leg good mornings. Kind of the same thing here. This is only my second week here of this new workout block, so it's only like my second or third time doing these exercises. This felt the least awkward, I would say, on these Hatfield good mornings. I really focused on keeping my head and neck like up, not up, but like neutral. That was really helping them feel a lot better today than they had in the past. And then last, just these 3 exercises back to back here, some cable crunches, some quad isolation work here with these landmine sissy squats, and some SSB calf raises. It is Tuesday, April 7th. Just got done with an upper body day here, aka bench day. So starting off this day with just some shoulder isolation work just to get them warmed up before moving on to the heavier pressing movements. Some dumbbell lateral raises and paired those up with some face pulls just to get the side and rear delts, warmed up, feeling good, ready to go for some bench. So bench, my top set here is 265 for 3. Overall, not my strongest day for bench for some reason. I'm not sure. I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't there today. Felt unstable under the bar or something. It has been a number of weeks before I've done just normal flat barbell benching. So could be that, just getting back used to it. So yeah, I thought I would have more reps in the tank on all 3 sets here. But yeah, just got what I got and moved on. So yeah, 265 for 3. My down set after that, 245 for 7. And then my third down set there was 235 for 8. Paired those up with some Gates rows, which still really liking these. So yeah, I'm gonna keep those in for, I don't know, I've just been really liking this movement lately. So yeah, it's really nice. Next up, some vert pressing here. I'm doing the push presses with this VHS bar, which is like a neutral grip bar. I'm really weak, especially in the lockout there. Even like this first set there, my last rep, I wasn't really able to lock it out. I got like almost there, but just not quite. So yeah, definitely really something that I can improve on. So hoping to do that. I felt better this week doing them than I did last week. So yeah, hoping to keep that trend going and hoping to really get a lot stronger in this week. Pair those up with some pull-ups. Again, just kind of like the strength wasn't quite there today. So I only got reps, 2 sets there with 90-pound setups, reps of 7 and 6. Just kind of not my strongest day overall, I guess. Then to finish out the day here, just some arm work, some incline curls and French presses, and some rear delt work, just some dumbbell rear delt flies to finish out the day. What's up? It is Thursday, April 7th. Just got done with, I don't really know what to call this day, to be honest. My intention is to gradually transition this into like an athletic kind of day with like sprinting and some jumping. But I got to work my way back up slowly to that. I kind of added that in last year, kind of just all of a sudden, and led to some Achilles issues that have been working my way back through. So basically just trying to ease my way back into this stuff, starting with some just pogo jumps, some real low box jumps, some weighted sled pushes, which I'm hoping to transition into like some like weighted sled sprints eventually. I'm also doing some like these Cossack squats and landmine rotations on this day, just because this is not that much, not that long of a day. So just trying to throw those in and see how they feel. And then yeah, ending off with some tempo runs. Just starting to run again, and man, do I feel slow as hell. I was only doing 7.5 miles an hour here for just like 5/100th of a mile at a time. Again, just really easing my way back into this. So yeah, definitely hoping to improve a lot over the next few weeks. What I'm trying to do is by the end of May, be able to do the Murph CrossFit workout again, which would be running two 1 mile runs. So that's kind of my goal there, is to work my way back up into running that. Not aiming for any specific time or anything, just hoping to do it. And yeah, when the weather gets nicer here, hoping to be able to get out to a field, do some sprinting and some jumping, just to try and, you know, get a little bit more athletic. All right, what's up? It is April 11th, the morning of April 11th. Just got done with an upper body day here. Started off with just some cable ladder raises to get the shoulders warmed up before moving on to some heavier pressing work. So this is my second upper body day of the week. For this one, I like to just do like calisthenics and dumbbell stuff. I have like, my first day is more barbell based, and then this day is more calisthenics and dumbbell based. So my main vertical press movement of the day was handstand push-ups, wall supported handstand push-ups. I was pretty excited to be able to do these. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to. Last week I just did pike push-ups, but I got like 3 sets of 15, so I thought I might as well try these handstand push-ups. I got 3 sets of 7, so I was happy with that for sure. Definitely tough. Can work on my form there a little bit. I think I want to get a little bit, my hands like a little bit closer to the wall. But yeah, was excited to be able to do those for sure. Paired those up with some dumbbell chest supported rows. Moving on, some horizontal pressing work here. Just these weighted parallel push-ups, just with a 50-pound vest, just 2 sets there. And then while I got the 50-pound vest on, I just paired those up with some chin-ups there. Got 2 sets of 10 and 9. And then that was like kind of the main pressing and pulling work. Just moving on after that to some more assistance kind of style work, just with some dumbbell floor flies, some alternating dumbbell curls to hit those biceps. And paired the last of that, I did like these 3 things back to back, paired that up with some cable rear delt work. And then my last 2 exercises of the day were some dumbbell pullovers and tricep extensions. Dumbbell pullovers I had back in my routine for the first time in a while, so I'm taking them easy. It's also like kind of my last back exercise of the day, so I'm pretty smoked by the time I get here for sure. And tricep extensions, what I'm trying to do with these is like come up with my fully like elbow flex, and then get my shoulder like a little bit up into it to try and get some more like long head involvement, and then like reverse that motion on the way down. So that's probably why it looks a little bit robotic here, because it was like my first time really trying to pay attention and try and do that more than just kind of like, you know, dummying it my way through it and just pressing it down however I can. So didn't get as many reps as I did last week, but overall I think that'll be better for the tricep isolation work. So yeah, solid day, solid week. Just want to give a quick recap here on my Friday workout, Friday, April 10th. I actually did this at my local gym here, mainly because I wanted to use the seated calf raise after that day of doing some more jumps and pogos and plyometrics and that kind of stuff, just to, because of the Achilles problems that I've been dealing with, the seated calf raise really seems to help those out. They also have an inverse curl machine at this gym that I go to, which is really cool. So I did a couple sets of those, and then on my second lower body day of the week, the main thing I do is like a heavier hinge and then single leg squat. So my heavier hinge of the day was RDLs there, top set of 385 for 5, and 2 back down sets, 335 for 2 sets of 7. Moving on there, my single leg squat work was barbell Bulgarians. Tough for sure. Definitely working on my balance. Obviously that's a big component of this exercise. I don't necessarily think that's like a negative thing with this exercise, because my balance is kind of a weak point of mine. So, you know, I'm kind of trying to do a little bit of 2 things there, work my hopefully balance a little bit, and my single leg balance, and also get a little bit of single leg squat work in. These definitely felt better than last week, but still stumbled off the bench a couple times. I think just 1 time in each set, whereas last week it was 2 times. So I'm getting a little bit better there for sure. But yeah, hoping I can kind of like figure that out and then really start pushing the weight up on these. Some ab work there, just some ab rollers, 90-degree back extensions, Jefferson, Zerger-style Jefferson curls. I like to do these on at like the end of my second lower body day, just to kind of like stretch out the low back a little bit. Just kind of helps me feel a little bit better moving in to recover over the weekend. And then again, really the main reason I went to the gym was to use the seated calves, so I just did 3 sets of 12 there.